Today's video, we're going to talk about a new bulletproof method to spam-proof your contact forms on your website. And no, this isn't your standard stuff where, you add honeypots or captchas or anything like this. This is something that's A, not going to affect your conversion rates, B, not affect your tracking, so your ad campaigns go off into left field trying to implement it, and C, totally seamless to the user. And of course, D, 100% effective. Very few methods are like that, given that even with stuff such as honeypot fields, which actually do cut down on form spam quite a bit, where you have a hidden form field on your contact form that only the bot can see, and if it fills it out, it won't let the form go through technically. And I've talked about that in other videos, as well as using stuff like reCAPTCHA. It's not 100% effective. And the main reason for that is the spam protection. People doing the form spam are working around systems like this on an ongoing basis. As soon as a system becomes mainstream, what happens is the people doing the form spam work around it. Like even with email spam. What happened? The spam filters filtered out the spam. Then they found different ways around those filters. And then there was new filters. And it was like an arms race that never ended. To say that this method I'm giving you here today will never be worked around, I can't say that for sure. However, the main thing here is because it's a dedicated tool that does nothing else besides this, and it's a paid tool which has paid engineers working on this problem 24/7, it's always going to keep updating the tool /software/method. It should remain 100% effective even if you watch this video at 2030. That's my prediction. I've been wrong before, but I'm pretty good about my predictions as well. So I'm going to tell you what this method is. I'm also going to go over a case study where we use this as well for a home services company where we weeded out all the spam. When I say all the spam, I mean all the spam. So I will tell you what this tool is. Of course, the name of it is called Basin. This can be used on whether you're talking about WordPress site, unbound landing pages like I've talked about that I use at our agency for our landing pages. Doesn't matter what you're using, you can get this to work because the way that it's implemented is actually very simplistic. And I'll talk about how to implement it as well as how it works on this video. So for that matter, ways that you have a honeypot field in your form, other methods like even captchas, it's only so effective because when it's so damn profitable to do form spam, particularly people doing click fraud or bot farms that are trying to click through and go to your website and fill out the ad to collect that sweet ad revenue, it's very hard to have these methods be 100% effective because once there's no form spam, getting one form spam through now becomes a lot more valuable than it was before. It's almost like the illegal drug market. People can hate drugs all they want. Once you start making them illegal and the price starts going up because you've cut down the supply, then it's going to make the reward goes up, and therefore you're never going to get rid of it effectively. If somebody could become a millionaire in a week by filling that demand, somebody's going to do it ultimately. Yes, it'll cut down on some, but not 100% ultimately. That's the way that this is with form spam. It's just too profitable, and it gets more profitable as you start cutting it down. The only real way to get rid of it is to physically stop them, and in a way in which it can't physically be worked around. This method here also, just to the process of going through, but not directly as related to it, your tracking on your form submissions is going to get a lot more accurate. I mean, the spam itself makes your form tracking less accurate because there's spam leads going through. But usually people have over the years moved to tracking a form submit by somebody clicking the submit button on a form, and that is not the most accurate way of doing it. You want to track whether somebody submits the form and gets redirected to a thank you confirmation page itself, because bots are less likely to get to the confirmation page, but especially when you add in this particular method of using Basin to that overall idea of sending people to a thank you page, of which your conversion code's on your thank you page, which will not load unless somebody gets to the thank you page. And so here's what Basin does in a nutshell here. What you have is you got your contact form, you install Basin. What happens then once it's installed is a person, after they click submit on the contact form, they get redirected to a URL that Basin provides, essentially. And what happens is when that user goes to this third-party domain, which is controlled and owned by Basin, Basin's going to do some user checks on that individual user itself. So It's going to check whether that person has legit looking web history, which is, by the way, how reCAPTCHA was supposed to work. Originally, it's still to this day control spam. But not only just is it going to be limited to that, they're going to do IP address checks. So if they see from one of their other 10,000 or 100,000 customers that a form spam came in from this IP before, it's going to block it automatically just based upon the IP address. Then they're going to also do some user agent fingerprinting techniques. So, which basically this is how like click fraud software works, at least on the corporate end or high end of things, where they're going to look at the combination of the user agent, the browser they're on, the device they're on, which is available through the refer details. When somebody goes to a website, they can check their browser information. And then combinations that look suspicious are going to get automatically rejected. So similar to the IP method blocking, if somebody is on this device with this browser and has this activity on the web page or whatnot, that's a red flag and it gets rejected on that level. But there's other methods that they're using to identify if a user is a real user or not. And I can't go through, nor have I gotten a list of things from them to tell you exactly how this works, which you could go ahead and, I didn't do it yet. You could contact them and ask exactly how they're doing it. Perhaps they're not going to tell you, because then you would perhaps create a software to compete with them, and they would be smart not to tell you. All I can tell you is it's effective in and itself, and it's more effective than what you're going to do on your own website, because it's going to allow them, you're playing in their environment essentially through this redirect. If you go there, what their site's going to do is do all these checks. If you pass all the checks, it's going to redirect that user back to the form confirmation page you have on your website, of which will trigger your conversion code, but only if it passes Basin's checks itself. If it doesn't pass the checks, then they get redirected to a page which will not actually trigger the conversion code, and in which will not send the form lead through on top of it. They also, by the way, Basin give you a online dashboard to show you all the ones that were spam versus not spam. So if you want to do some double checking, if you're worried about false positives, you can do that. But generally speaking, it'll clean up your email inbox, like basically completely, to where your salespeople are only working legitimate leads. Maybe once a day, the sales staff could go in there and make sure there wasn't any false positives in the dashboard itself that shows you all the form submissions that came through. That should be all you have to do. And for that matter, by the way, if you haven't, I made this mistake myself early on, and a lot of people new to web marketing make this mistake. They just have a contact form on their site, and then they just trust that the form submissions are going to go through right every time. The script could not work properly. The script you're using could be outdated. It breaks with a browser update that happens, anything can happen. You need to have a backup copy of every form submission, so if the form doesn't work, you've got a copy of the form itself. And a lot of times your form will break. You'll be like, why aren't we getting any leads? I don't know. Maybe there's just we had an unlucky streak, or maybe it's Christmas or whatever. 2 weeks go by and the form hasn't been working the whole time. You've just lost $50,000 because your form did not work during that time, and you had no backup place where the form submission details were going to. So Basin's going to kind of kill two birds with one stone in that regard. You get a backup, and it's going to tell you which ones are likely spam and which ones are not. And more importantly, it's going to make sure that no form submission is going to come through that's spam, triggering your conversion code, so that your ad campaigns are going to optimize for low quality conversions. Because actually, the shittiest leads you get are going to be the bot leads, which are going to also be the cheapest leads. And so if your campaigns are set up to optimize for cheap leads, it's going to then see the cheapest leads are the bot leads, therefore optimizing for more and more bot leads on an ongoing basis, and eventually end up being only bot leads, especially if you're using something like a PMAX or something like this. So if you are going to optimize for form submissions, you got to have a way to not optimize for the spam form submissions. And this is especially bad with not only PMAX, display campaigns itself. If you're running regular search campaigns, usually don't have a problem, but not only. If you're in the high CPC market, you got competitors clicking your ads, filling out your form, and you got issues there as well. So because you got people doing click fraud, you got people clicking their own ads to make money from AdSense illegitimately that are going to fill out the form, because what they know is that Google, as a way of detecting who's clicking their own ads, they'll see if any of the traffic that they're driving through their AdSense program is filling out the form. Their bots will click their own ads, scroll around on the site for a few minutes, fill out the form to look legitimate to fool Google, and as a result, it's going to muddy up your conversion data on top of everything else, let alone waste your sales staff's time and so forth. So Anyway, with that all said, that is how the system works. It's unlike any pre-existing system that's been out for a while, at least on the lower end consumer level. Enterprise level solutions have existed for this, but like with the click fraud software, the really good systems that have trained teams behind them are thousands a month. And the average small business, even that's doing a few million a year, they don't want to spend that, and you really can't blame them. So you've either had to come up with a solution like this yourself, which is not easy and would have cost tens of thousands of dollars to develop probably anyways, defeating the whole purpose of it, or you use Basin, which is now for the common man. Even if you're doing 100 grand a year or more, it's already worth it to use this. That is, at least if you've had form submission spam issues. If you're not having issues, it's not broken, don't fix it. You're though starting to have at least 10% of your form submissions being spam, it will generally make sense to use this, given this is only $6 a month on the starting intro plan to get. And you could pay somebody for 2-3 hours to get this implemented in terms of a developer. So your all-in cost is almost nothing to clean up the extra 20% of form spam that comes through. That's going to be enough to completely throw off your campaign to a decent degree. Now, if it's just 1 in 50 leads that are spam, yeah, it's going to be marginal. It'll definitely be a marginal gain for you to implement this, both in terms, obviously, of your sales staff's time being wasted, but more importantly, your ads being unoptimized, because it's optimizing for more so on an ongoing basis spam leads, because those are the ones, like I said before, that are the cheapest to produce. Therefore, the algorithm would want to optimize more and more for them. That's kind of the general gist on this. Now, I have a case study I said I was going to go over, but before I do, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, you absolutely should. I got the best information you're going to find online about how to make money with ads. That's because I got 20 years of experience running ads now, and I have dozens of accounts that I'm strategizing on an ongoing basis. Everything I find what works and doesn't work, the latest and greatest stuff I share, just like with this video talking about spam protection, and then give it to you for free. So I work 80 hours a week to make this channel possible, 40 of which I just do ad strategy for clients, 40 of which I just do this channel. Nobody else is doing that to make that kind of info possible and available to you, at least for free. Also, check out my blog as well. You should check that out. You can find that at guaranteedppc.com/blog. Beyond that, if you have any questions or comments for me, that I always respond to questions in the comment section, just leave me a comment below. You can also ask me a question or any other member of the channel by going to our Discord. I've got a link to my Discord that I've set up in the video description. We've got close to 1,000 people in the Discord already at this point in time. I think that it'll be in time huge. It's growing very quickly now. You can also reach out to me through my site at guaranteedppc.com, of which I offer coaching and consulting. I do done-for-you management of ads, where we literally will guarantee you a result on your campaign. Nobody else does this. To where if you say, I'm making 50 grand a day, if you get it to 70 grand a day, we'll start charging a management fee, but only, and if we get there and until we get there, there's no management fee. That's our signature offer here that we offer at our firm. We also have ad templates available. So if you're looking for an easy way to get results in your market, we've already done all the heavy lifting to figure out what works in your market. Instead of hiring us outright, you can just buy the ads, the landing pages, the campaign templates that work for your market, copy, paste, and install those in your account and get the same results we did, that we spent years trying to figure out how to get those results in your market in another city or country that you're in, of which is basically like having a turnkey business, given that, like, literally, I've had people that bought these templates. I've got hundreds of these templates now because we've been in business over a decade. And they'll say, I'm going to start selling printer toner in Bulgaria because there's nobody really doing it well here. I'll take the template, install it, boom, the business is profitable after the ads are warmed up, just because they have the winning version of a campaign that we ran for 10 years in the US already. Or they're like, I want to do wheelchair ramp installation. Use the template for that. Right away, get a great cost per lead in Seattle when we're already doing it, and NYC or what have you. Anyway, if you're interested in that, let me know. Going back to the case study that I mentioned here. So this isn't that groundbreaking here. What I will tell you is your results should almost for sure be the same. Now, I can't promise you anything. Anything's possible. And in our world, web marketing, shit's changing all the time. I can say something today, tomorrow it's not true anymore. Because when you're talking about software and the software's updating all the time, there's never any tried and true things. There's only certain things that are mostly true, but you got to go on something, right? We had a home remodeler in which we used this tool, which we were getting a lot of form spam, specifically through Bing ads, which if you don't know anything about running Bing/Microsoft ads, usually, by the way, when you run Google ads, Bing will work. That said, it can be a bitch getting Microsoft ads to work because of all the click fraud. They charge less per click because of the click fraud is mixed in. And their approach has just basically been, yeah, we know we have a lot of click fraud. We'll charge less per click. And at the end of the day, people will still want to buy our traffic. So that's our solution to the issue. And they've been doing that. So if you want to fix the issue, and that is also, in addition, make and get as much out of the platform as possible, you can do yourself a huge favor getting rid of the form spam that you would get through running the Microsoft ads. So the algorithm will start moving around the form spam, and now you're going to pay a low cost per click for quality clicks only. So you would want to do this. We literally were getting about 2/3 of our leads coming through Microsoft ads at the time, have been running this only for a few months already, which is more common earlier on to get more spam. Over time, if you have the tracking set up correctly and you do sales tracking like we do, eventually it's going to weed itself out. But if you want to get it weeded out really quickly, got to use Basin, of which literally within 90 days, we had it from 2/3 of the leads being form spam down to literally 0%. We weren't getting any more form spam coming through anymore. I haven't even remembered the last time we got a form submission. The client was like, this is spam. So it literally is that effective. Like I said, will it be 100% effective in your case? I can't guarantee that. But if you are having any issues, this is what you want to go with nowadays. All the other methods that I know about, CAPTCHAs, reCAPTCHA, Cloudflare, all of it's marginally effective. And you can start to get really close to 100% effective if you start using all these things in combination. The issue with it, though, is now you have more points of failure. When you start using CAPTCHAs, you start slowing the user down. Now you're going to hurt your conversion rates. You have all these other issues. Whereas this basically has all upside and no downside, especially since it's so cheap. And ultimately, it doesn't slow the user down at all. It literally just will make sure the form doesn't go through unless the user checks out. Now, is there false positives? Yes, there technically could be. That would be your downside. Go ahead and try it, for yourself. Just submit your form 20 times on 20 different browsers, on 20 different devices or whatever, or go online, use a website tester tool, which you can go to Google and type in website tester tool, verify that it won't block anything on your own, and or just keep in contact with your sales team and make sure that you tell them, if you ever hear somebody say that they've submitted the form and that, we didn't get the form on the other side, let me know right away. Of which, by the way, it wouldn't be a problem exclusive to Basin, because all form softwares, like I said, inherently once in a while are going to fuck up, which is why you got to have a backup copy of every form submission that goes through. All in, nothing's perfect and could potentially have a problem, which is why, by the way, I don't encourage adding this extra layer of complexity and step to the process unless you actually have a form spam issue. Just don't do this proactively. It's dumb to do that. You potentially could break something and then the leads could not go through because it's broken. Why have that potential failure point if you don't need it? Even though I'm not trying to worry here and say this is likely, but even if the chance is 1%, if you don't have a form spam issue, don't make the 1% chance that it could break your lead flow if you don't need to. So I've always had the philosophy of, it's not broken, don't fix it when it comes to web marketing. Now, you shouldn't take that to the extreme of making money so that I should be satisfied with what I got, because you'll never get to the multi-millions that you want to make in your market doing things like that. However, for the most part, if you're getting progress, you're making a little bit more on an ongoing basis, and you're making 10% more a month or 20-30% more a year, and things are improving, don't get stupid and greedy and derail it by being super impatient. That's the main thing people screw up. Ultimately, you're looking for 10% growth a month for the first 2-3 years, then you want more so like 20-30% growth in your sales every year after. And if you're getting that, that's should already kind of be happy with that, even though monumental leaps do happen. People do get rich overnight running ads, and they find that one perfect offer that'll just explode their business. The more of a growth rate that you want, the more likely you're going to derail your results, or at least make your results very volatile in the short term. And as you get a bigger and bigger business, you can't absorb those kind of shocks to your sales revenue coming in. Or at least if you're having most of your sales come in from one particular channel, you especially can't absorb it, which is why you want multiple channels. And so you can be more kind of rambunctious when you got 5 sources of customers versus only 1. Anyway, with that said, I'm getting into things that are not related to the topic of this video. Hopefully I made a lot of sense to you. I wanted to share this with you. We're using it. Great tool. Go ahead and try it for yourself. See you on the next one. If you want to see another video, click here. It is one of my best ones.